Hi guys, we are doing lesson 25 for Wit and Wisdom. So let's look at our question. What can we discover about animals' unique features? Our focus question today is how do animals use the same features in unique ways? Our content framing question is how does what do you do with a tail like this build my knowledge? So in this lesson, we're going to complete our knowledge journal as a class describing what we know and can do after reading What Do You Do with a Tail Like This? So I want to congratulate you for working so hard on practicing your reading passages from What Do You Do with a Tail Like This? And remember the importance of paying attention to your reading rate, which means reading not too fast and not too slow either. Okay, so let's practice reading our fluency homework. So let me share my screen, friends. Okay, this is option B. Let's read it first since it's there, okay? Option B, What Do You Do with a Tail Like This by Steve Jenkins. What do you do with a tail like this? If you're a lizard, you break off your tail to get away. If you're a skunk, you lift your tail to warn that a stinky spray is on the way. If you're a monkey, you hang from a tree by your tail. Animals use their noses, ears, tails, eyes, mouth, and feet in very different ways. That's option A, or excuse me, option B. Now let's read option A. Option A, what do you do with a tail like this? Steve Jenkins. What do you do with ears like these? Jackrabbit, you use your ears to keep cool. If you're a cricket, you hear with ears that are on your knees. If you're a bat, you see with your ears. Animals use their noses, ears, tails, eyes, mouths, and feet in very different ways. Great job, guys, for practicing those. Please continue to practice reading those, okay? Because the more you practice, the better reader you will be. So let's stop sharing up there. Okay. So let me look at the focus question again. How do animals use the same feature in unique ways? Okay, that's our focus question. And our content framing was how does what do you do with a tail like this build my knowledge? So think about this. I want you to show me how an animal uses this feature in a unique way by doing a brief tableau. And that is just like acting out, okay? So think about what you wrote about. We wrote about a platypus and we wrote about an elephant. So how would you act those out? Well, if you were an elephant, you would have this big long nose that would stretch and spray water everywhere, right? So you can just pretend like you're spraying water everywhere with your nose, right? Okay, and if you're a platypus, I see this big long bill, but I also see webbed feet and he's swimming, right? Yeah, that would be cool. But then I also saw other animals that we read about, like the gecko sticking to the ceiling or sticking to things, which is really cool. But thinking about what we wrote about, okay? So we've already learned on how to do and explain different features on animals. So now we need to add some things to our knowledge journal. So you will need to get your journal and your pencil, please. Okay, so let's think about the new information that we've learned about animals. What have we learned about with animals? We've got a lot of information under our belts right now. Think about what we've learned. Think about what was different on animals or what was similar on animals. And think about the details. Okay. because we know all animals use their noses differently. We all know they use their feet differently and their tails differently, right? Yep. Okay. Now, what did you learn to do as a writer? Think about what you've done as a writer. We were able to find out more information by reading the back, right, in a book. We've used headings and we've added details into our drawings. So we've learned a lot in this story. So what I'd like to do is let's put it into our knowledge journal. So what I know and what I can do. So in your journal, I want you to label the top up there. Label your top up there. Okay, so you've got it written in your journal. So let's think about what I know. What I know. I know different animals can use different animals can use their noses, eyes, ears, mouth, and feet in different ways. Ooh, that's a long one, isn't it? Okay. And I also found out a hippo closes its ears underwater. A hippo closes its ears under water. Okay, I abbreviated hippopotamus to hippo. Okay, so what I know, different animals can use their noses, eyes, ears, mouth, and feet in different ways. I also know a hippo closes its ears underwater. And I'm sure there's a lot more other things that we can put up there. All right. So let's do what I can do. What I can do. I can find out more about something using the back matter of a book. Okay, that's one thing. Another thing that I can do is I can use headings. I can use a heading to know what the section's about. Okay, so what I can do, I can find out more about something using the back matter of a book. I can use a heading to know what the section is about. So you've got what I know and what I can do. And this needs to be written in your journal, but do not turn that part into me, okay? This is just for your information, okay? That is just your information. Now, you have become better readers and writers over the course of the past several lessons. So you are doing an amazing job. Thank you. So, our essential question was, what can we discover about animals' unique features, right? So what new things have we discovered about the hare's features after examining the painting Young Hare? Well, if I take it back to the young hare, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. Think about that. What did you discover about the hare's feature? We know it's got long whiskers. We know it's got long ears. It's got fuzzy brown and gray and white fur, right? Has large paws. It's very lifelike, isn't it? It is very lifelike. Amazing job, guys. Amazing job. All right, so let's stop sharing here. Okay. So let's go on into our prepositions. Remember, prepositions show a location of something. Like I am in front of the whiteboard, or I am sitting by the table. It tells me where I'm at. It's by the table, okay? Or let's see here if I can find another one. Or I am in my room. Tells me where I'm at. I'm in my room. Or I am with my friend. Where are you at? I'm with my friend. Or I am under the water like a hippopotamus. Where is it at? Under the water. Or I am beneath the table like a mouse. Where am I? Beneath the table. So let's look here at using the book. So if I use the book here, it says, if you're a giraffe, you brush off pesky flies with your tail. So how do you get rid of pesky flies? You brush it off, right? It's with your tail. And if you're a skunk, you lift your tail to warn that a stinky spray is on the way. So how does a skunk warn you? It lifts its tail, right? Good. So basically, prepositional phrases tell you where things are located. It's the location of the noun. All right, guys, that is the end of today's lesson. And I will see you back here tomorrow.